Justin Herbert calmly just threw for over 300 yards against his defense.
On the road.
And on the road, and they only scored 20 points, and this is where the rub really does lie with a quarterback in the NFL. Because a quarterback in the NFL is supposed to generate points. That's their job. Get your team into the end zone. And that's where Daniel Jones has failed. And it's a big failure. And it's part of it's the offensive line, part of it's maybe the lack of creativity with the offense coordinator, whatever you want to call it. But really, for all of us who cover the NFL on a daily basis, with the way the rules are now, the way the league is trending towards and has trended towards, wide receivers making plays down the field and big play after big play, the Giants have those players. They can make those plays down the field. Believe you me, watching Kenny Golladay again and Sterling Shepard over the past week, they were really, really good. They were really good. They weren't the problem. I mean, and you could talk about, again, where are the problems? And for me, it's just Daniel Jones in that first game just is not processing things fast enough, and
which has been a problem for his entire career.
Right, and he's got to start, hitting his back foot and getting rid of the ball. And again, I'm going to point to Patrick Mahomes. Now, obviously, he is the best in the league. There's no question about that. But when you watch him play, especially this past week in their opening game against the Browns, they knew that they had a tough front seven. They knew that, there was going to be a good pass rush coming their way. And I said during this offseason, I said, the only thing about Patrick sometimes is that he relies so much on his athleticism. And because he's such a freakish athlete and a great understander of the game, has a great understanding of the game, that he will fall back on that athleticism and just go out there and make plays and play a little street ball. Well, not this past weekend. This past weekend, what I saw is a guy that really is sick and tired of running around for his life and wanted
especially after that Super Bowl. I'm
right,
sure he had to sit on that the entire offseason.
And when that back foot was hitting, that ball was coming out. I mean, it was almost as if he must have watched Brady on Thursday night when Collinsworth was looking at the way Brady was throwing and how quickly the ball was coming out. I almost felt like Patrick said, I'm going to do it faster. And there were times in that game against Cleveland, especially in the second half, man, it was out and gone.
And you need to see that from Daniel Jones.
And I do, and I need to see that part of it from him. I mean, you can't just sit there and just keep holding the ball and patting it. So, that is on him. I don't care what anybody said. That is on him. He's got to start figuring it out quicker and getting rid of the ball quicker. He should be able to now understand what defenses are doing. He shouldn't be getting ear-holed by an unblocked linebacker or safety that's in a blitz. That is his responsibility. And when you think back to Thursday night, so you remember the touchdown pass that Rob Gronkowski caught over the middle, like he blocked and then he left?
Yeah.
Well, the Cowboys were bringing a safety blitz, or I can't remember who they were bringing, a linebacker or somebody, but they were bringing a blitz. That guy was going to be unblocked. Brady never panicked. He just retreated a few steps back, just to give himself some space to be able to throw the ball. That's what I'm talking. It's about processing what's happening in front of you and not
You're
panicking.
also using examples of the two best players at the position. Can he be a little bit like Justin Herbert on Sunday? I mean, that's really what I'm looking for, a young quarterback taking strides. Can he be a little bit more like Josh Allen in year 3? I mean, it's hard to say that we're going to get the same stuff out of Daniel Jones as we're going to get out of Brady and Mahomes.
But the reason I point those guys out is because that's exactly what the players have to grow into. And, this is Daniel's third year. Patrick's been around for a while, and forget it. He's just a total special specimen at the position. We've never seen anything quite like what he does. And the longevity of Brady, and because of the way the rules are, Brady didn't even hit the ground. I think he might have hit the ground once against the Cowboys. He didn't even get hit. I mean, and the reason because but they got a great offensive line. But, it's also the way that he plays. He keeps himself out of trouble. And Daniel, unfortunately, sometimes doesn't understand about what's going on around him. And I think that is really the biggest thing that I want to see tonight and I want to see moving forward. I want to see quick decisions. I want to see quick passes. I want to see accurate passes. And, I want him to be able to really flourish because of the way that he is playing, not because of the way other people around him are playing. I just think he can make the team better if he makes quicker decisions.
I know that we tend to, in this business, overreact to things very early in sports, but I don't believe that when we say that this is such a critical game for the Giants, it's an overreaction at all. And I really do believe that the top levels of this organization, meaning John Mara, are looking at it the same way. You heard him in the offseason. You heard him after the season, directly after the season last year. You know, they were happy with Joe Judge. They were happy with some progress. But he is sick of losing. And there has been so much losing here. And this is the third year with the quarterback that they push the chips in the middle of the table for. It's the second year of the head coach that they like. They spent money in free agency to bring in big-name players on both sides of the ball, Adoree Jackson, Kenny Golladay, to name a couple of them. And if they start off the season losing to Teddy Bridgewater and Taylor Heineke, that is a disaster for them. And you can beat the Falcons the next week, but then you get into the meat of the schedule, and it could be another one of these years where the Giants are just used as the butt of jokes. We'll go back to what their record has been since the boat trip. We'll talk about all the losing. We'll talk about Dave Gettleman. Al will be laughing and screaming at all the Giants fans who were positive, and we're going to ride that all the way to bleeping January. I mean, I truly believe that's how important this game is. And to start 0-2 again, that's all they do, the Giants, is start 0-2. You got to win this game.
Yep.
I mean, and people, it's 17 games this year. It's too early. No, it's not. It's not, man. If you can't think about how many good freaking quarterbacks there are in the NFL and how many of them the Giants are going to play. And Teddy Bridgewater played great on Sunday, but he made a fool out of that Giants defense that played horribly. And Taylor Heineke,
he made about 4 or 5 plays on his own.
Yeah.
I mean, and those things happen. The tackling has to be better by the defense. I believe their defense will be better. They better be.
They
better
have
tonight.
to be.
They have to.
They have to be.
I don't think they can be much worse in terms of allowing a quarterback to get out and make extra plays, and that's where Taylor Heineke comes in, because that's what he does.
I know, and it's scary to me, to be honest with you, because he is someone who is. He is mobile. We saw him in the playoffs last year. He played his ass off. They brought him back, gave him a contract. Ron Rivera loves him. He's one of these guys that has overachieved, makes plays. You hear some of the quotes from him this week. I've dreamed my entire life of being a starting quarterback in the NFL.
So make it uncomfortable for him.
I know, but what I'm saying is that there cannot be an excuse of Taylor Heineke played great tonight if you're the Giants defense, because that's not something that's going to be acceptable.
We have lauded Patrick Graham here.
We have
we not?
And it was great. We thought it was great that he came back.
So it is time for, like tonight is the night that you're playing again. You're playing, at least Teddy Bridgewater was seasoned. He was around a while. He's had success in this league, and he obviously was 100% healthy. I mean, tonight, come on. I mean, and as good a story as Taylor Heineke is, I mean, this is, you cannot lose to Taylor. You just can't.
No, I know, especially after last week. 2-1 was certainly a realistic goal with the first 3 games of the season. 3-0 would have been great. Obviously, it's not going to happen now. But after losing week 1 and doing it in the fashion that it happened, you're right. You can't lose to them.
You cannot.
You can't lose.
This is either a get-right game or go-home game. I mean, already I can't believe I'm even saying that. But nobody knows better than I do just how long a season can be. And still, you can still get the 9 wins because there's so many games.
I mean,
but
the schedule gets dicey, man.
Well, yeah, after this comes Atlanta, and that's at home against Matt Ryan.
It should be a win.
All right, then they got to go to New Orleans, and they're at Dallas. And there's bad news for Dallas, but there's good news for teams who play against Dallas. Dexter Lawrence is not going to be on the field for the next 6 weeks.
Yeah, he'll probably come back in November, somewhere around there.
And he broke his foot in practice yesterday for the Dallas Cowboys, and obviously their best pass rusher, maybe their best defender. And, injuries are starting to take hold already around the NFL. We're only in week 2. And, that is a huge one for the Cowboys.
Yeah, so I didn't love the Cowboys coming into the season. They impressed the hell out of me against the Buccaneers. The Giants have to start beating these division teams and beating them consistently.
What's amazing is watching the Cowboys on Thursday night.
Yeah.
You came away from that game going, wow, pretty good. They're offensively they're pretty. They didn't really even use Ezekiel Elliott. He did a lot of pass blocking and he was a lot of play action pass stuff. But man, you're like those wide receivers are unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
they got 3 guys that can go, and the Giants have 3 guys that can go. And they should be. We got to get them. The other thing too is like this whole Kadarius Toney thing is just driving me crazy.
I say I'm not familiar with him.
Young Joker.
Oh,
yes.
okay, yeah, the whole Young Joker thing. Yeah.
I am just like every other rookie wide receiver seems like made plays, whether it be Waddle or whether it be
Chase
Smith or whether it be Lamar Chase. I mean, come on,
Jamar
Chase. I mean, they all were like front and center for their teams.
Devontae Smith.
Yes.
Scored a touchdown.
Yes, I know.
Young Joker was on the field for a couple of minutes. Couple of plays, back to the sideline. And what about Saquon Barkley tonight? I mean, he may not even play.
He's got to play tonight. Come on, he made it through last week.
I mean, you've been hearing some stuff about that graphic is wrong, by the way.
Playing games.
CBS Sports Network. They got the wrong name for Young Joker there. But yeah, I mean, he may not.
They said that the joke is on you. They had it up there.
Yeah, but they had some other name under his picture. I don't know. It's strange. But Saquon Barkley was talking about how it's not ideal to come off this injury and then have 2 games like this in 5 days. And he's questionable on the injury report. He might not play. You're rolling your eyes.
Yeah, I think he'll play.
Is he going to be effective, or is he just going to be loitering like he was against the Broncos?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is he going to loiter? Another loitering effort for Saquon Barkley, just hanging out? Is he going to hang out, or is he going to make an impact on the game?
I hope he plays. I mean, like I told you, Adrian Peterson came back from this. Other running backs have come back from this stuff too. I mean,
we've been talking about the Giants' weapons for years and years and years, and their offense is always below average every single year. And this might be the greatest group of talent that they have had in a long time. And I mean, it has to come through. It has to. I mean, as we mentioned, there's other teams in the league that don't have as much talent at the skill positions who are putting up points. Guys are running around wide open. I mean, but with the Giants, it's like you got to squeeze the football in between 2 defenders to Kenny Golladay. Saquon Barkley's running like for 15 yards. What is it?
And Evan Ingram's already hurt.
Yeah, right. He's not going to play tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. This is critical. And they know it. They have to know it. Everybody there has to know it.
Of course they do. Of course they
have to know
They
it.
feel the pressure. Don't think for a moment that they don't. And again, it's better that it's a short week, I'm just telling you. Because if this would have been going on and we'd still be talking about that loss heading into a Sunday game.
Yeah, get that stink off you, right?
The hope is tomorrow morning coming in here and at least saying, okay, they won. It wasn't pretty, but at least they won. Just give me one more point than the other day. I don't care if you win 6-3. It doesn't matter. Just win the game.
Yeah.
They have to win the game tonight. That's why I was saying, like, it's amazing to me. Here we are in week 2, and yes, we overreact. That's what we do in sports talk radio. But even as a former player, what I recognize more than anything is that all offseason, you're leading up to that first game, and all you're thinking about is the Denver Broncos, the Denver Broncos, the Denver Broncos. We got the Denver Broncos. We can take care of the Denver Broncos. And then they come in here and kick your ass.
Yeah, in your building with fans back.
Finally. And the walking off of the field after that is so disheartening as a former player. You are so disappointed because things didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. And now you have 3 days to turn around and play another game tonight. And you got to hope that tonight, when they get back on that train to come back here, that it is going to be, like a sigh of relief, if you will. I don't know. They have to win the game. They believe that they're a good team. We believe that they're a good team.
Yeah, I'm not hopping off them yet. But
no, I'm not either.
Give me 24 hours.
But sooner or later, we're going to have to take a sledgehammer to this thought process if this thing doesn't turn around here.
Yeah. Imagine Saquon on the sideline, street closed tonight. Taylor Heineke, 2 touchdown passes.
Mrs. Pussy Feathers.
In the first quarter, 14-0. Heineke to McLaurin again. Oh, the Washington football team. No fits, no problem.
I mean, the Giants could have had Josh Allen. They could have had Lamar Jackson. You go back down that road again.
Oh, we will if they.
You remember Dave Gettleman was talking about gold jacket guy.
Right. touched by the hand of God. That's what he said. This player's touched by the hand of God. He's a gold jacket guy. No, he's not a quarterback. But God touched him.
Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the red bell so you're notified when we have new content.